Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah Yahya.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, we've completed the chart, فعل ماضي, the فعل chart, page 23 in this document. فعل فعل فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلت فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا. And then the second column, فعل فعل فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلت فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا. Yahya, if you can quickly do the third and fourth column.
إيه. فعل فعل فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلتي فعلتما فعلتن فعلتو فعلنا and add ma to the beginning. ما فعل ما فعل فعل فعلا فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلتي فعلتما فعلتن فعلتو فعلنا and add ma to the beginning of all of them.
Very good, mashallah. So this was what we call the basic. So all the charts, in this Sarf book and many Sarf books, all the charts, the very basic example they use is the word fa'ala. They use the word fa'ala or fu'ila, basically the one that you can see on the screen. So they always start with that example. So this is fi'lul madi, past tense. Like that, we've got 8 chapters. After you've done these 8 chapters, you understand all the different formations in terms of sarf. So you have fi'l madi, past tense. Don't worry, a lot of this will be repeated later. It's just so that you understand, you get an outline of what we're going to be studying. Number 2 is fi'l mudari. Fi'l mudari is present and future. When we come on to that, I'll explain why present and future. Number 3, then there's some special charts. It's called a lung chart. It's just too early to explain that right now. Then number 4, there's another special chart. It's called a lam chart. Again, too early to explain. Then number 5, there's an amr chart, imperative form, command, when you tell someone, do this. Number 6, a nahi chart, prohibition, don't do this. And there's 7 and 8. When we get there, it's a bit more advanced. When we get there, I'll explain. So right now, over the next few weeks, we're going to be concentrating on the fi'l madi. Now, when we say concentrating on fi'l madi, what will we be doing? Along with learning the translation and all that, but that will come later. First, we're learning the scales. So what are we going to be doing for fi'l madi? And by the way, we're going to be doing the exact same for all the following charts as well. So it's very important to learn the first one properly. So for fi'l madi, there's 19, in this book, there's 19 different scales and formats. Fi'l madi can come on. Fa'ala was just an example. It's not even the first scale. The first scale is coming on the next page, which will be Nasara scale. We're going to call it the Nasara scale. The second one will come on the page after that, which we're going to call the Daraba scale. Like that, there's going to be 19 scales. And the next 19 sides are basically these scales. So over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 days, every day we're going to go through one page. Sometimes then we go to 2 pages, sometimes to 3 pages. And we're just going to practice the different scales. When the scales come, I'll indicate to any differences or anything that needs to be noticed. Is that clear, Yahya?
What does فعل ماضي mean? Sorry.
فعل ماضي means past tense. Verb.
Okay.
Past tense verb. ماضي means past tense. فعل means verb.
So we're going to focus mainly in the next few lessons just on past tense verbs.
Yeah, not only 3. I think the next, you can say next 2 weeks, 2, 3 weeks. So the quite a few sessions will just go on فعل ماضي. And we need to really become very strong on فعل ماضي before we move on to the second main chapter, which is فعل مضارع. We need to be very strong on فعل ماضي. And for فعل ماضي, like all the following chapters as well, but for فعل ماضي, there's 19 scales in this book. Some books have up to 23 scales, but they're very rare. So in this book, it mentions the 19 most famous ones, you can say. And by the way, I've again explained a few things in Sarf in the last 2-3 minutes, but a lot will become clear by actually engaging with the book. And afterwards, it'll be so simple to understand. So again, just bear with me. Let's start going through the next charts. Now, what I want everyone to do on this next chart, I want everyone to write on Nasara scale 1. So I want everyone on this sheet to write scale 1. Scale 1. This full page is scale 1. And then write this as well, scale 1 for fi'l madi. But that's there, fi'l madi is mentioned there. So write scale 1, either you can write the Arabic fi'l madi or write past tense. So scale 1 for past tense, Nasara. That's the scale 1. Just write that. So with your own writing, you'll be able to be a bit more focused on it as well. Okay, now I'll start the reading. Line 1. Nasara, nasara, nasaru. Yep, Yahya, if you can repeat after me 3 times if you read it.
نصر نصر نصروا نصر نصر نصروا نصر نصر نصروا
Nasarat, nasarata, nasarna.
نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا
Nasaratat, nasartuma, nasartum.
نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرت نصرتما نصرتم
Nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna.
نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن
Nasartu, nasarna.
نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرنا
So if we can just read it once. Nasara, nasara, nasaru. Nasarat, nasarata, nasarna. Nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum. Nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna. Oh, I think I might have made a mistake. Nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum. Nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna. Nasartu, nasarna. Yeah.
نصر 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 نصرون نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا.
Okay, before we go further, did you think there was a similarity between Nasara, the full line going down, and Fa'ala on the previous page, the full line going down?
It feels quite similar.
Yeah. I don't want to explain any difference at this stage because really it's very similar. It's just a change of letters, but all the rest of the reading is exactly the same. And there is no difference except for just the change in letters. But so at this point, I don't want to explain anything further. When changes do appear in the future charts, that's when things will become clearer why these are different scales. Right now, you just need to learn the scales. Trust me when I say if you learn the scales, the understanding of all of this is very easy, but it's probably best to explain it afterwards because right now it won't make sense. So is that okay, Yahya?
Haji, that makes sense.
Okay, so nusira. Nusira, nusira, nusiru.
نصر 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 نصر
Nusirat, nusirata, nusirna.
نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا
Nusirta, nusirtuma, nusirtum.
نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرت نصرتما نصرتم
Nusirti, nusirtuma, nusirtunna.
نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن
Nusirtu, nusirna.
نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرنا
So we'll read it once. Nusira, nusira, nusiru. Nusirat, nusirata, nusirna. Nusirta, nusirtuma, nusirtum. Nusirti, nusirtuma, nusirtunna. Nusirtu, nusirna.
نصر نصر نصروا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرتا نصرتما نصرتم نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا.
Okay, now the third and fourth one, it actually says fill in the gaps as well. So it's got empty gaps here. So for example, the first one I write ma nasara. The next one I write ma nasara. And the reason it's left these gaps is it starts improving your writing of Arabic. So, well, I might not be the best example for writing, but come on, if I do this one try to do a bit more neatly. Nasarat. So nasarat and ma nasarat. Anyway, you get the point. You can see the typed version. So basically, the nasarat, that should be the same. Ma nasarat. Now, if you just type it, all you're really doing is just copying that line and adding a ma. That's for line 3. And for line 4, you're just copying line 2 and adding a ma. So it's for writing practice as well. And then once you've wrote it, then you can read it as well. And how are we going to read it, Yahya? Will you read line 3?
We're gonna just do it normally and at the end quickly say an adama before.
So if you try reading line 3.
نصر نصرا نصروا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا. Another ma before all.
Very good. Line 4.
نصر نصرا نصروا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا. Another ma before all.
Very good, mashallah. The main thing in Sarf is to be able to read the scales fluently without any hesitation. That's the fard. That's a very important part. However, a bonus will be, whilst we're doing that, if we can start engaging with a bit of Arabic writing, because really all you're doing here in Arabic writing, in number 3, you're just copying number 1. And number 4, you're just copying number 2. But what that will do, it will just start making you write a bit of Arabic language. So I would encourage everyone to basically write it out as well, just so that it helps you build your Arabic writing skills. There will be a time later in the book when I'll say you don't need to write it anymore if you're confident in your writing. Whereas if you're still not confident in your writing, I'll say then as well that continue writing, because the best way to write, the best way to improve writing is just practicing more. Is that okay, Yahya?
Yeah, that's clear.
Any questions?
For now, we don't need to really understand the importance of Nasra. We just need to just read it.
Yeah. I was actually going to mention the meaning as well, but then I thought let's ignore it, because I don't want the students to focus on the meaning or anything. I just want them to focus on the scales. But now that you've asked, Nasara in Arabic language means helping or to help, or he helped. So about helping, the core meaning is help. But ignore the meaning right now. It's irrelevant, because this scale is not just for this word. This scale will be for thousands of words. So the meaning is not the important part in the Sarf. It's about the scale, understanding the scale. Is that clear, Yahya?
Yeah, that's clear.
Any questions?
No questions.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.